So why don't we start today in tabletop position. So in your tabletop, start by spreading your fingers nice and wide. And you can take a moment and really start to connect with the spine here. And so take a moment to bring some awareness into your low back, where your tailbone is. And you want to feel like your low back is becoming a little bit longer, like you're pushing your tailbone towards the wall behind you. And at the same time that you're stretching through the low back, you can lift the belly button to your spine, so engaging the belly. You want to feel like your ribs are becoming more expansive along the back of your body. You want to feel the corners of your chest pull forward. And the space between your shoulder blades is nice and open. It's like your shoulder blades are separating a little bit. And then you can look towards the top of your mat so that your head is not hanging. You want to be looking forward slightly. The back of your neck is nice and long. You're pushing the crown of your head to the front wall. So just since being in tabletop, you want to feel like you've stretched the spine, like you're being pulled in opposite directions. Take a moment with your eyes closed. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through the nose. As you inhale, lift your tailbone, drop your belly, lift your chest and your head. Bow position. On the exhale, start at the tailbone, around the spine, push your shoulders to the sky, chin to chest. Again, inhale, move through your cat-cow, start at the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, begin the movement of the tail, bring your chin to chest. You can move at your own speed. Your breath is a little bit quicker or slower than my voice. Starting to find these undulations, almost like your spine is a wave in the ocean. And then eventually make your way back into your tabletop neutral position. Now step your right hand forward and slide the left arm underneath. We're threading the needle. And as you slide that left arm under, you can lower your head and then reach the right arm so that it's nice and straight. Your hips move to the left just a little bit and notice what happens when you shift your hips to the left. Take another deep breath. And with an inhale, you're lifting back into your tabletop position. From your table, take a couple more cat-cows. You can even start to move in circles with your spine. And if you're moving in circles here, you want to make sure that your head and your neck are also moving in circles. Your sacrum, so your low back, and your neck and your head are all moving in synchronicity. Make sure to change directions. Always striving for balance between both sides of the body. And then bring it back into your neutral tabletop position. This time, step the left hand forward. Slide the right arm underneath. And again, you can stretch the left arm and slide your hips to the right. And it's a micro movement. The hips move just a little bit to the right. Notice that that gives you a deeper stretch through the left side of the body. Remember to keep your breath nice and steady, nice and slow. One more. And bring yourself into your tabletop position again. Now this time you're keeping your hips high and you're walking your hands forward. This is Anahatasana, or heart opening pose. And then from here you can lower your forehead to the ground. Your arms are stretched forward. You're getting a nice stretch through the chest, the shoulders, the underside of the arms. And as this is heart opening pose, you do want to feel how your heart is melting towards the floor. You want to feel the heart space begin to open, release any tension there. Come back slowly into a tabletop. You can walk your hands towards you. And then from here, again, fingers spread wide, ground through your thumbs and your index fingers, pull the corners of the chest forward, and your shoulders are nice and strong. You want to keep your upper body nice and strong, tuck the toes, and then keep the knees bent, but push the hips high. So your knees stay bent as you push the hips towards the ceiling, modified down dog. Now you're keeping the knees bent. Inhale, lift the toes or lift your heels, apologies. And on the exhale, now push the heels down. You can start to straighten your legs. Again, inhale, lift heels. And on your exhale, ground your heels. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift. And on the exhale, lower down. And from here, lift the right leg. And on your exhale, you can bring your knee to nose, round the shoulders, tuck your chin. Kick back through the inhale. And then step into a lunge position on the exhale. Right leg forward, and then lower the back knee. Untuck the back toe, bring the arms up. Hold the left wrist, and take a side stretch to the right. Now you're still pulling that left arm. You're giving that left arm a nice big stretch all the way from the wrist down into the hip, even possibly down into that leg, the left leg. Bring the arms back through center and then lower your hands to the ground. Pull the heart forward on an inhale. And on the exhale, we're coming through half split. This time you're going to keep the big toe pushing down into the ground. So your big toe on the right foot pushes down, pull the right hip back, and your fingertips are on the ground. Try not to round the spine. Instead, you actually want to feel like you're pulling your chest forward. Keep the spine nice and straight. And again, you're looking forward toward the top of your mat. Nice deep breath in. Pull that right hip back a little bit farther on the exhale. Do another one here. Inhale. Exhale. Back into your lunge position. And from here, you're going to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands to the left. And you're turning both feet towards the left side of the room. Toes in, heels out, fingertips on the ground, and fold forward. You can bend your elbows. Relax your head, relax your neck. You want to feel your spine decompress. And especially throughout the neck. As you relax the head, notice what happens to the neck. You want to feel like the vertebrae are becoming a little more spacious. Take your halfway lift, lengthen your spine, and then walk your hands towards the right foot again. So we're turning back towards the front, and then step back into your plank position. From your plank, let's take a breath. First one here, push your heels back, chest forward, shoulders strong, and then come to your knees. Slowly come down to your belly. 3, 2, and 1. Baby cobra. Inhale, heart forward. On the exhale, release down. Again, inhale, baby cobra. Tops of the feet are touching the ground. Lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift your heart. This time, lift the fingertips and your hands off the ground. Exhale, lower back down. Tabletop. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Hips high. Start to push the heels to the ground. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, push both heels down. Your fingers are spread wide, ground through the thumbs. Inhale, lift both heels. Exhale, both heels down. One more. Inhale. Exhale, push your heels down. This time lift your left leg, knee to nose. Again, kick back on the inhale, lunge position on the exhale, lower the back knee, untuck the back toe, bring the arms up, hold your right wrist, and stretch to the left. Keep the breath strong. As you're breathing into the right side of your body. You're feeling the ribs expand. You feel that whole right side of the body get larger. Nice. Come back to center. Fingertips to the ground. Half split. As you bring the hips back, keep that big toe planted on the left foot. So you're pushing down the left big toe, and you're pulling that left hip back. Keep your heart going forward. Shoulders drawn back, and you're looking towards the front of your mat. Notice if you push the big toe down, almost like you're pushing the bottom on the ground, and you get a nicer stretch, a deeper stretch in the front side of the shin. Sometimes pulling the hip back a little bit farther, left hip back can help. And it's okay if that front knee is bent a little bit. One more breath. Back to center, inhale. Tuck the back toe, lift your back knee, wide leg forward fold. Turn both feet towards the right, fingertips to the ground, toes in, heels out, and bend your elbows as you fold forward. So this time, in your forward fold, take a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And then as you lengthen the spine, navel in, so lift the belly button, chest forward, and then reach the right arm forward and all the way up. So coming into a twist here. You could actually bring that right hand behind you, place it on the left hip if you'd like to get a different style of stretch. Your mission here, your aim is to have the right shoulder stacked above the left and turn your head towards the ceiling. So also getting the neck to open here, you're rotating the heart open, so you're facing the shoulder. Bring your right arm to the sky, bring it forward and all the way down. Stay in your halfway lift. So again, your chest forward, belly in, left arm comes forward and up. And again, you're in your twist. You can bring that left hand behind your back if you'd like and place it on your right thigh. Continue pulling your left shoulder back, look towards the ceiling, and breathe. Bring your left arm up, forward, and back down. Now walk your hands to your left foot. Turn both feet towards the front. And then from here, step back into your lunge or into your plank position. From your plank, push your heels back, belly in, chest forward. And on the exhale, come down to your belly, either through the knees or straight down. Baby cobra, heart forward. Exhale, release. Again, now this time, point your toes, lift your feet. Inhale, lift your heart, and lift the hands. Exhale, release everything down. One more. Inhale, lift your chest, hands and feet. And on the exhale, lower down. Child's pose. Come to your knees. You can separate the knees wide, toes together, and sit your hips back. Keep your arms stretched forward. While your elbows lifted off the ground. Your palms are planted. And you're thinking of moving your lower back towards the back of the room, getting that nice stretch all the way down into the back. One more breath. Inhale, bring yourself into your tabletop position. Tuck the toes, downward dog, hips high, ground through the heels. And this time, inhale, lift both heels, bend your knees, and walk your hands to your feet. So you're bringing your hands to the back of your mat, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Take your halfway lift, lengthen your spine, and let's take ragdoll to start here. You can fold forward, the knees can bend, and hold onto your elbows or forearms. Again, decompress the spine, relax your head, relax your jaw, relax your neck. You can lift your toes. By lifting your toes, you want to feel even pressure on the balls of the feet and the heels of the feet. You can relax your toes. Now release your arms. And then from here, we're rolling to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae. You're letting each one stack as you uncurl the spine. Now inhale, bring your shoulders up, roll them back and down. On the inhale, bring your arms overhead, nice big stretch. Palms together, float the hands to your heart. You can bring your hands to your waist. And then with your hands on the waist, you're going to use this as a gauge. And so when you take a step with the right foot, you want to make sure that your hands stay at this even spacing here. So when you start to tip forward, you're lifting your left leg off the ground. Make sure that that right hip hasn't lifted too high. You'll notice because the hands will come out of alignment. So you actually want to keep the left hip down slightly. Tip forward. And then you can float your hands to the sides of your body. Remember to breathe here. Lift the hands a little higher, lift that heel a little higher. Take another deep breath. Now, on the inhale, bring your left knee to chest, bring your arms up. And then from here, you can hold on to your left leg. Hold the knee to your chest, standing wind relieving pose. You can release your ankle and your toes. Let go of any lactic acid buildup in there. If they're cracking, that's okay. And then from here, you want to open your left knee to the side of the room. So from here, you've got your hand on the knee, you're opening wide. You want to feel the hip expand here, and then you can place that foot either above or below the knee. Avoid placing any pressure on the actual knee joint. And then once you're here, hands to heart. Now before going any farther, you want to think of this left knee moving away from the hip, so down and away from the hip, and then back slightly. So this is going to help the hip open just a little bit more. And then you can bring the arms up. You can open the branches of the tree. Relax your shoulders. Maybe bring the arms behind your back. You can either interlace the fingers behind your back, or you can hold onto your forearms or elbows. This is going to help to release the muscles along the front side of the shoulders and the chest. And it is okay to wobble. I always like to laugh at myself when I do. And then you can bring your arms up, take a nice big stretch, and float the hands back towards your heart. So bring that left knee through center, still balancing here. And then you can take a step down. Give yourself a moment, you can shake it out, especially since you've been balancing for so long on one side. Give it a little shake. And then from here, now you take a step with your left foot. Your hands are on your waist again. So you've got your left foot forward, start to tip. Again, your hips stay square. So that right hip wants to stay a little lower than you might. And eventually you can float the hands to the sides of your body. Lift that right heel, lift your hands a little higher. Keep the chest extended open. Breathe. Let's do one more. Right knee to chest, arms in the air. And then you can hold the right knee, pull it in. Wind relieving pose, you can release your toes, release your ankle, your foot. Again, you're opening right knee to the side wall. And then you can place that foot at the same height that you did on the other side. Now, again, you might be able to see here from the side, You want that right knee to move away from the hips, so towards the side of the room, and then back slightly. This is going to make the hips open. Palms together. And again, you can find whatever arm variation you like today. Maybe if you would like some more shoulder release, you can come to reverse prayer with the palms together behind the back. If you're not there yet, but you're working towards it, then you can hold on to your elbows behind the back. Remember to breathe. Finding a steadiness. Let's do another breath. Hands to heart, prayer position. Bring that right knee through center. And from here, step down. So now you're at the top of your mat. You can take a big breath as you reach the arms up, take a little back bend at the top. And on the exhale, float your hands to your heart. Let's do this again. Inhale, reach the arms up, look towards your hands. Exhale, float the hands to your heart. This time, as you inhale, bring the arms up. Fold forward on your exhale, Uttanasana, all the way down, forward fold. Halfway lift, hands to shins or fingertips to the ground, lengthen your spine. And then fold on the exhale. Again, inhale, lengthen the spine, belly in, chest forward, shoulders back. Fold on the exhale. Last one, inhale, lengthen halfway. And this time, take a step with your left foot towards the back of the room, warrior one. So your back foot is on a 45-degree angle. You're lunging in the front leg. Bring the arms up. Now, from this position, you can release the hands for a moment. Look back and really actively push through the outer edge of that back leg and foot. And at the same time you're pushing through that back foot, you want to feel that nice strong lunge in the front leg. You're activating the glute on the right leg, so you should feel it nice and warm, nice and active. Bring the arms up. And on the exhale, cactus the elbows. Squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together. Again, inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, cactus. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Lift your chest. And on your exhale, fold forward. Right shoulder to the right knee. Humble warrior. Lift the hands. Relax the back of your head. And you're still strong in the lower body. Still in that nice, steady, strong lunge. Shoulders are open here. Continue to breathe. Now, release your hands. And then from here, again, you're rising. Bring the arms up. And then turn both feet towards the side wall. Toes out. This time, heels in. So we're getting set up in our goddess. Hatha Konasana. So you're starting to lunge here. Keep the belly in, chest up, shoulders back and down. On the exhale, cactus. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. One more, you've got this. Inhale, reach up. Cactus, exhale. This time, straighten the legs, bring your arms up, and release your hands down. So now, both feet you want pointing in the same direction, so pointing forward. And then the right foot turns to the right. Bring your arms wide, Trikonasana. Hips move back, arms stretch forward. And then from here, you can bring that right hand either to your thigh if you like. You can bring your hand to your shin if you have a block, or you can bring your hand down so that it's hovering above the floor. Again, your shoulders are stacked. You want to continue to bring that left shoulder back and then turn your head to the sky. If that doesn't feel okay on your neck, you can always look straight ahead. But as long as you're avoiding hanging here, you really do want to use the muscles in the neck this time. Remember the breath. One more. Now look down and lower both hands. From here, you're going to step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Chair pose on the exhale, sit the hips back and reach your arms forward and up. One more breath. Rise through the inhale, take a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Release your arms. Your palms are facing forward, your shoulders roll back. Take a couple of breaths here. We'll come through the other side. Inhale, bring the arms up, big stretch. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Right leg back on the exhale. Right leg back, warrior one. Now again, as you bring the arms up, you can actually relax the arms for a moment. Look at your back foot. Push through the outer edge of the back foot. Now as you're pushing through the outer edge, this is where you lunge forward. You want to feel that glute active. So if you're not feeling the glute, it could mean that the knee is actually knocking inwards. You want to feel that left knee is over top of the ankle. And then the arms come up. And on the exhale again, cactus. So you're feeling the upper back muscles contract. Inhale, reach up. Exhale again, contract. One more, inhale, reach up. Imagine you're pulling a lat bar down, exhale. Inhale, reach up. And then bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, lift the chest on the in-breath. Fold forward on the exhale, humble warrior. Left shoulder to the left thigh. Relax your head. Your legs are still strong. Lift the arms. Nice steady breath. Now lower your hands down and then rise back into your lunge. Turn towards the right this time. Again, heels in, toes out. I'm just going to face towards you. I got my back towards you. So we're coming back into that goddess stance. This time you can start with your hands on your thighs and then come down into your lunge position. Now, lean your body forward just a little bit here. As you're leaning forward, on the exhale, bring your right shoulder down. Back to center on the inhale. Exhale, the left shoulder. Up to center. Two more on each side. Move with your breath. Inhale to center. Exhale the left shoulder, maybe coming a little bit deeper this time. Inhale to center. Stay in your lunge. One more on each side. Last one. Now from here, straighten the legs. And again, both feet point forward. This is to get your hips aligned. And then the left toes point out this time. Your arms are in extension, T-shape. Trikonasana, slide your hips to the right, arms to the left, and then lower that left hand either to your thigh, shin, block, or hovering above the ground. Right arm to the sky. And again, you can look forward as long as your head's not hanging. You want to look forward or up. Breathe. One more. Look down, lower both hands, and from here, step forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Chair pose, hips back, arms forward and up. Breathe. Now this time, bring your hands behind your back. You're staying in your chair pose, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Now you can fold, you can straighten the legs. And your arms are lifting away from the back body. If you prefer to bend the knees, you can always bend them a little bit here. As long as you relax the back of the head, relax your neck. On the exhale, lower your hands down. Uncurl the spine, roll to standing. all the way back up. Bring your shoulders to your ears, and then roll them back and down. And Tadasana, standing at the top of your mat. Take a couple of breaths here. Open your eyes, inhale, bring your arms up, take a little back bend here. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Left leg back on the exhale. Warrior two. So now your outer edge of the back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And you can windmill the arms up. And you're in a nice, strong warrior two. So that front leg, again, nice and strong. You're feeling the right glute is active. The knee is not knocking inward. Instead, it's actually over top of that ankle. And rather than leaning forward with your body, stay in the lower lunge. And then imagine your upper body moving back slightly so that you're aligned, shoulders over hips. You're looking towards the right hand and beyond the fingers. Flip the hands, palms to the sky. Straighten the front leg, bring your hands together overhead. And on the exhale again, warrior two, slowly come down. Another, flip the palms, inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Let's do this one more. Inhale, flip the palms and rise. Exhale, back down into warrior two. Extended side angle, slide your body forward, and either bring the right elbow to your knee, or you can bring your right hand just hover above the ground. Try not to put your weight into the right hand. We're not sinking toward the ground. You're actually just hovering the fingers above the ground. Alternatively, if you have your elbow on your thigh, try not to sink into the shoulder. You still want to feel nice and strong in the shoulder. And that left arm, you can start to reach forward. Again, you're breathing. Trying to find an openness, a softness through the whole left side of the body and the chest. And on the exhale, look down and lower both hands, step back into plank. From your plank, you can come down halfway or all the way to Chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then back into your downward facing. From your down dog, take a few breaths. Lift your right leg. Bring the right hip over the left, so you're stacking the right hip. So you're bringing the right hip a little higher. You can either point the toes on the right foot, or you can also bend the knee. Keep pushing the left heel to the ground. Now straighten that right leg. And on the exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Now step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. So right foot to the outside of the right hand. We'll set up in the lizard pose. Your palms are on the ground. You can either keep that back knee lifted, or you can lower the back knee and untap the toe. Both options are great. Either way, you want the chest forward, shoulders strong, and you're looking toward the top of your mat. Close your eyes. You can even rock a little bit from side to side if that feels good. Now, from here, we're taking our yogi squat. So tuck the back toe, lift your back knee, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Your toes are pointing out, heels in, and sit down into your squat, palms together, elbows to the inner thighs, and lift the chest. If you're not quite here, and you're in a half squat, this is also great. Take your time. Fingertips to the ground, lift the hips, and heel toe your feet together. Take your halfway lift, extend. And on the exhale, forward fold. Rise to standing, bring the arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a couple of breaths. You can lower your hands to the sides of your body. And through the other side, inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back. Set up in warrior two. And again, the arms windmill all the way up. Get yourself set up nice and strong. Pushing through the outer edge of the back foot. Your left knee is over the ankle. And your whole upper body is aligned. Shoulders over the hips. Now from here, flip the palms, straighten your front leg, bring the hands together overhead, flying warrior. Warrior two, come back down. Again, flip the palms and rise, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, inhale. Again, exhale, come down. Extended side angle. This time, slide your body forward and either lower your forearm or your hand. Your right arm comes to the sky, or you can reach it forward. And again, many variations here, either with the elbow on your thigh or your hand to the ground. You're really feeling that whole right side of the body stretch. Nice big opening. Look down, lower both hands, step back into plank. From your plank, you can flow or meet us in a down dog. A few breaths in down dog. Almost finished the standing series. This time lift your left leg, stack your hip, and either point the toe or bend the knee. Your left hip is higher than the right hip. Straighten that left leg, knee to nose on the exhale. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, step to the outside of the left hand. So from here, you can either keep the back knee lifted or lower it down. And as long as the heart is extending forward. So you're pulling your chest forward. Maybe if you like the rocking from side to side, you can do that again here. Yogi squat. You can lift the back knee, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand, toes out, heels in, squat down. Again, you can bring the palms together, elbows to the inner thighs, lift the chest. Now you can stay here, or if you want to take a stretch, you can bring your left fingertips to the ground and lift the right arm to the sky. Switch sides, right fingertips to the ground. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Bring your fingertips back to the ground, and then behind you. Now from here, you're sitting down into the middle of your mat. You can take your index and middle fingers around the big toes, these fingers around the big toes, and then start to walk your feet forward. Now, if you come to a point where you're here and your knees are bent, that's totally fine. You're going to focus on pulling the chest forward and getting your spine nice and long. Now, if you come with your legs straight, that's also great. And again, rather than rounding the spine, you're actually going to focus on straightening the spine, bringing the chest forward, Shoulders back. And if bending the knees helps you to do that, no problem. Ideally, you want to keep the chest open, and we're strengthening the muscles along the back body by pulling the shoulders back. And that's important for posture. It really helps when we strengthen those muscles to stay standing straight without rounding the shoulders. From here, you can come back into your seated position. Now we're going to take butterfly pose, so soles together, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Now whether your feet are far forward or if you pull the heels really close towards you, that's going to depend on your body. So whatever feels best. For me, I like to have my feet a little bit farther away. Hold your ankles. Try not to hold the actual feet. I'm going to turn this way just a little bit here. So you've got your hands on your ankles. And again, you're not rounding the spine, you're pulling the chest forward. So again, we're using the muscles in the back body. We're training them to keep our posture nice and tall. And it doesn't matter if your forehead doesn't come to your feet. That's not the intention here. The intention is to strengthen. One more breath. Bring it back, center. Now we're coming with the legs wide. So you can bring your knees together, and then you're opening the legs wide. And you don't have to come to 100% of your maximum. You can come to about 80% of wherever that is. Untuck the flesh of your sit bones. Maybe even untuck the thighs here just a little bit. And you want to flex your feet. And as you're flexing the feet, you're imagining them moving back just a little bit. So rather than having the toes sort of pointing in and the feet floppy, they're flexed and moving back just a little bit. So notice what that does in the hips already. So we're already starting to release simply by flexing and pushing the toes back. Now, fingertips to the ground. And there's a theme here. Keep the chest lifted, shoulders back. If this is your maximum, you're already feeling like, ooh, that's a big stretch, stay here. If, however, you feel like you want to start to walk your hands forward, then you can do that. And please always stay under the 80% zone. If you're at 90%, you're in pain right now, ease off. You don't want to hurt yourself. And then as you're bringing yourself forward, you might find that you come down to your forearms. That's okay. Again, notice you're trying not to round the spine. So there's a big difference between reaching and rounding and lengthening and opening. So you're keeping the chest lifted. And close your eyes. We're going to be about another 5 to 6 breaths here. So no rush to leave yet. If you're finding that you are feeling like, oof, I don't want to be here, because this is a pretty tricky pose. You can move a little bit, rock from side to side. Sometimes that rocking can help to not only release and encourage hydration to our cells and muscles, also take the mind off of wanting to leave this space. 3 breaths. Now lift back into your seated position. From here, help your knees, so you can hands underneath the knees, help your legs back together. Now you're going to be sitting with the knees bent. Your feet are a little bit wider than the hips. And you can start to let the knees rock from side to side, like windshield wipers on a car. If you come to one side and it feels really good and you just want to stay for a moment, you can absolutely do that. Or you can continue the movement. Come back to center. And then from here, boat pose. So we won't spend too long here. You've got your knees bent. You're sitting in the middle of your mat. You can take your hands underneath of the thighs and then roll back so that you're balancing on your sacrum. Now, if today you're like, oh, I'm just not feeling it, no problem. You can always keep your toes touching the ground here. Otherwise, if you are feeling it today, you can move your feet so that you're pointing or flexing the feet. Your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Lift the chest. Again, the shoulders are drawn back. So there's a really, really strong beam here. Keeping the chest lifted, shoulders back. Imagine you're holding or squeezing a block between your knees. So your inner thighs are active. If you're already shaking, this is great. You can hold this space or release your arms and extend them forward. Remember to breathe. Do another 2 breaths, holding this shape. 1 more. Keep the chest lifted. And then bring your toes to the ground. Then from here, start on your elbows. So make sure there's enough space behind you on your mat. Come down to your elbows. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, you're rolling down. So curl or uncurling the spine. Try not to collapse. And then once you've got your whole spine on the ground, make sure to take your hands behind your head, lift your head, and then lower it back down. You're just giving your back of your neck a little bit more space. Now, hands together, your arms are in the air. Lift the shoulders off the ground. And as you exhale, place your shoulder blades back down and bring the arms wide into a T-shaped position. Walk your heels nice and close towards you. And we're coming into a supine turn. So we'll start out like a bridge pose. Inhale, lift your hips in a bridge. Move them to the right, lower them down. And then your knees will fall to the left. So you want your right shoulder blade to stay planted on the ground. If your right shoulder has lifted, adjust your upper body so that both shoulder blades, which is at the back side of your body, are touching the ground. And then you can turn your head to the right. Feel free to close your eyes and let yourself sort of melt here for a moment. Now bring your head back through center. And then slowly start to bring the knees back to center and then the hips come back. Pull both knees to your chest. You can give yourself a squeeze. Give yourself a little hug, maybe even round the shoulders. Release your upper body. Again, bring your arms wide in a T-shaped position. We'll do the other side. Your heels are nice and close towards your sit bones. Lift the hips like a bridge. Move your hips to the left. Lower them down, and then your knees to the right. And again, make sure if that left shoulder lifts off the ground, you want to adjust your upper body so the left shoulder comes down. You can turn your head to the left. Feel free to close your eyes and relax here for a moment. Bring your head back through center, your knees and your hips back through center. Again, pull both knees to your chest. This time you're going to separate the knees and pull the knees towards your shoulder blades or towards your shoulders. You can take your happy baby pose. So you have your hands to the outer edges of the feet, or you might prefer your index and middle fingers, your peace fingers around the big toe. Whatever variation, you want to keep the back of your head and your shoulders grounded. You want to keep your low back grounded. And if you like, you can always rock a little bit from side to side. If you like, you can always start to stretch and straighten the legs and play around a little bit here. I would say it's like you're taking on that childlike attitude, that curiosity and playfulness that children have. Now from here, you can release your feet to the ground. You're keeping the knees bent. Let's take a bridge pose. So the first thing you're going to do is start by pulling the shoulder blades down the back of the body. So you're creating a little shoulder stand here. You might even feel like the chest is a little bit puffed up, and that's okay. Your heels are nice and close towards you. Ideally, you can touch them, but if you can't quite touch them, that's no problem. Get them as close as possible to you. And then you want your inner thighs squeezing together. So imagine that you're holding a block between the knees. And as you inhale, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. So this is an active pose. You can bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, and start to squeeze the shoulder blades a little closer together. You're lifting the chest, keeping the inner thighs active. And the back of your neck is nice and long. Let's do one more breath here. And then slowly, release your hands, release the shoulders, and come back down. You can stretch your legs. Take your arms nice and wide. And take up as much space as you'd like with your body. We're in our final pose, Shavasana. So you might even prefer to make a little more space in the back of the neck. You can take your hands behind your head, lift, and then lower it back down. You can create a little bit more space between the shoulder blades, and then release the arms. You can squeeze your glutes, and then release. Notice if that changes what happens in the low back. And let your feet fall open to the sides of the room. You're completely relaxing every muscle in your body. Now take a deep breath into your nose and out of your mouth. Know that you have nowhere that you have to be but here in your body right now. Relax your jaw, relax your teeth and your tongue. Relax the brow bone and the space on your forehead between your eyes. Relax your chest and your shoulders, your throat and your neck. Relax your belly, your back, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Allow yourself to breathe naturally here. There's no need to force anything. You can start by taking 2 deep breaths. Reintroducing the sound of your breath. Start to move your head from side to side. Very slowly roll over to one side in fetal position. Take a few moments. There's no rush, no sense of urgency. And from your fetal position, you can lift into a seated position. Take one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Eyes closed and simply breathing. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and for coming into this space, taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit. Namaste.